How to buy with no money down. This is absolutely true, and I know it's probably searched on the internet everywhere. We've been hearing about this for such a long time, and it used to be back in the early 2000s, they used to have 100% financing. Maybe it was a second home program, maybe it was a vacation home, and then in commercial real estate, it was a little bit easier because you could probably get 90% financing on some deals, and you can get a little creative with some things. But this was back when they were doing first and seconds, and it was very prevalent back in the day. Now they don't do it as much, but I know they do it. It's just not the same thing. The truth is you can buy no money down on just about anything. Any property I've seen, you can get no money down. I have not seen this not work. It's all about how you structure the deal, and it's about your seller. If the seller is in a position where they need all the cash today because maybe a family member died and they need the money. Maybe they're going through a divorce and they need a quick closing. Number of reasons they need the money right now. They're working on another deal. They're having a tax problem. It doesn't matter what the problem is. If they need the money immediately, that's not going to work for you. If it's an auction property, probably won't work for you. So there's certain deals you don't even want to consider a money down option, right? Now, a no money down situation works when the seller has money and they don't want to incur a huge tax liability. Maybe they're a little bit older, they could still use the cash flow, something like that. It's gotta be in their interest as well. Now, if it's a younger person, I haven't seen it work too often. Somebody in their late 60s, that's usually just about it. Mid 70s, early 70s, all day long. That's kind of the sweet spot. Someone in their 40s and 50s, I haven't seen it work too often. Not to say that it won't, I just haven't seen it work very often. Now, there's a couple ways to structure it, right? The easiest way is obviously say, hey, listen, you finance the whole thing, you be the bank, and we'll work out terms that way. A lot of times they'll want 5 or 10% down, but you can usually borrow that without too much trouble. If you are working on or with a private investor, that technically he could help you put a no money down deal together. See, a no money down deal really means it's none of your money. There's always money that's required. It just doesn't have to be yours. It just has to be structured differently. So if you're looking for those types of deals, just realize when you're talking to someone, make sure you bring it up front real quick. A lot of times when you ask the broker who's representing the seller, they're going to say no. Most of the time they're going to say no. So don't even bring it up that way. When you're writing your offer, put it down in your offer. So put it in writing. If you're dealing with the owner directly, then talk to the owner about it. Hey, would you be willing to help me with financing? That's the time to bring it up. Because if you ask the broker, they're going to say no and you're going to give up. Ask for it anyway. I always recommend you ask for it in every offer. 20, 30%. They might only give you 5 or 10, but you want some of it. Whatever you get from the seller, that's less money you have to come in with. And that's very, very valuable. But this also applies on certain types of deals. So you're not going to find a gigantic Walgreens selling with no money down. Those kind of deals typically don't work. Triple net lease, they can, but usually I haven't seen those work. I haven't really seen it work very much in industrial. And most of the time, apartments, retail, a little bit of office, not too much. Those are kind of where it is. And if if you structure certain leases correctly, maybe if someone's finishing up a lease and you somehow help negotiate the lease, that's a little different of a strategy, but that could also work. If you have any questions on this, please let me know. Thank you.